Hello, my name is Doris Ishenda and I am a Town Operations Supervisor here at Fumba Town. So I work for a Town Operations company, aka TOC. Basically, we look after the town. We have been chosen by you, our homeowners, as a delegated independent company that looks after the town, be it the infrastructure, landscaping, waste management, security, town events, and regulatory guidelines. So I'm here today to give you good news and to give you access to one person that I'm sure you would like to hear from. So please follow me. Thank you.
Hey Doris.
Hello. I was on a hug. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you for your time.
Sure.
Thank you for coming. Please give us the pleasure of introducing yourself for those who don't know you, which is very few people, and then we can continue with our conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Katrin Dietzold. I'm the town manager in Fumba Town, meaning I'm responsible for the operations, for everything that happens in town, and of course for your well-being. And I'm happy to talk to today to you, Doris, being appointed for executing whatever we decide is going to happen in town.
Okay, thank you. Now let's get to it. So as we're getting to the end of the year, there's been, first of all, let me commend you for your beautiful town. It looks amazing. And I just wanted to pick your brain on a certain issue that has been a concern to most of us, and that is the annual town management fees. It's called the ATM. Yeah?
Yes.
So every homeowner is supposed to pay this. We understand it's mandatory, but there's been a few questions that we'd like clarifications from you, right?
Yes.
First of all, please explain to us what is the annual town management fee and what does it cover, and why is it important for everybody to understand why we need to pay for it?
Yes. So the annual town management fee is a mandatory payment, which is based on the square meter of living area you have purchased, and it covers all the common areas, operations, facilitation in Fumba Town. This is, for example, the major lease of town. Then there is all the landscapes, there's all the street cleaning, the waste management, the security, the street lights, the maintenance of everything you are seeing in Fumba Town, which is not your individual property. Everything that's around. This is what the ATM is for.
Okay. Thank you. And this ATM is paid annually, monthly, or can I pay it per month, or can I pay it per quarter, or how is it done?
Yes. The ATM budget is calculated annually.
Okay.
So we are making a budget. You are working on this. I am supervising this. We are doing a yearly budget, an annual budget, where we incorporate all the expenses that are connected to this fee, and we require it to be paid annually. This is according to international standard. This is normal. This is how it's done everywhere, and we need it annually because some of the payments are coming annually, like for example the insurance of all the buildings, the common buildings, or others. Others are maintained monthly, but to run after the payments monthly, while you have to pay your obligations monthly, would stress the smooth operations. So this is why we feel an annual payment is better for the well-being of town. This is better manageable, and I think in terms of the amount, of the height, of how much you pay with $1 per square meter per month, the volume of what you have to pay is not as much that it's unbearable to pay it annually, or I mean in a specific case, if TOC can allow, even a biannual payment is doable, but not below that.
Not below that. Okay, so you talked about $1 per square meter. Can I pay in shillings? because we are in, Tanzania
Yes.
and Zanzibar, and we use the local currency, which is shillings. Is it possible for anybody to pay in shillings, or does it have to be USD?
Yes, it's a very good question, especially nowadays with the scarcity of dollars in Tanzania. And actually, we have a vital interest that the local currency is supported and empowered. So we will definitely make it possible to pay it in shillings. I know that at the moment we are in the process of opening a shillings account, which makes it way, way easier, especially for the local community, to pay this ATM in shillings.
Okay, thank you for that. So we've had a lot of confusions with the jargons and the acronyms and the abbreviations we're using. So we have annual town management fees, the ATM, we have town operation fees, and we have property management fees. Are these all the same? Because most of the time people keep on coming and say, I've already paid for my property management fee. So please help us understand if it's the same thing or is there a difference?
And I want to apologize for any confusion that came up with it.
Thank you.
The old PSAs, it was called annual town management fee.
Yeah.
And now we are calling it rightfully annual town operations fee. Because in the beginning, when we called the town management fee, there was a confusion with the property management fee, which is a very, very different thing. The annual town operations fee is a mandatory fee that comes and you are obliged to pay it with signing your PSA, receiving your unit, then you are due to pay this fee. The property management fee is something that you can choose, you can opt into. If you want your individual property to be managed, to be rented out, to be cleaned, to be ventilated, inspected, whatever it is, then you can opt into this property management service. Yeah, this is something that you deal differently. Yeah, the town operations fee, which is paid to TOC, which is your budget that you are handling, that's mandatory. That's something very, very different to the property management fee.
Okay.
And allow me to maybe raise one concern that I receive directly sometimes. People who intend to rent out their unit, they intend to think that the annual town operation fee is only to be paid after you made profit and income with your property.
Yeah.
As much as I understand that this seems to be very attractive. It is nice if this comes together, if you have rental income, and of course from the rental income you have money available to pay for your ATM. But it is not conditioned. It's not conditioned to have income with your property to pay your ATM. For example, people who are not intend to rent out their unit, will they never pay ATM? Of course not. And if for some reason you don't have at the moment an income with your unit, it does not set you free from your obligation to pay the ATM.
Okay. Well, thank you. I think that answers a lot of questions that I was about to ask. Okay, now another problem that is happening, or that's common now, it's some of the houses have issues, like if it's warranty issues, if it's snags issues, and sometimes it takes a while to get them fixed. And so a person thinks that maybe until these things are fixed, then that's when I'll continue, or I'll start paying for my annual town management fees. So are they related, or does one is it justifiable for a person to wait for them to fix?
Yes. Actually, it's the same answer. As much as I understand, and I would have the same thoughts. Buying into a property, investing, and then having snacks or something. As much as I understand that the first intention is to mix this together, but you can't. And I beg everyone to understand that your requirement to pay the ATM is the objective of this payment, of this money, is to keep the town operating smooth. It has nothing to do with your individual unit. I know that delays, snags, warranties, whatever there is, that's a discussion and a negotiation or an obligation between the developer, where you bought your unit from, and yourself as the client. And as much as I know, it is dealt directly there. It has nothing to do with your responsibilities or with the owner's responsibilities towards the community. And what I learned, what helps a lot in understanding is, please understand the ATM fees not as an obligation, but as a protection to you. imagine your neighbor is not paying it.
Yeah.
And this is something I would like you really to change perspective in this. If you are paying always your ATM, but your neighbors do not, then the value of your investment and of your asset is threatened.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know best.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you are not getting the ATMs in time,
Yeah.
what happens? You are not able to pay the service
To
providers
cover,
in time. Yeah, you are not able to make necessary maintenance works and investments that keep the town smooth. Of course, always the developer steps in. Yeah, and then in order to avoid any debts or something, they incentivize or they put money in so we can maintain the town. But that money immediately is missing at the implementation. Yeah? So it's our own intention and vital interest as homeowners to get the ATM paid, and it's only fair. We cannot expect some paying and carrying the burden, and other ones do not, and then we have a lack of service and maintenance that again creates a circle. Yeah, then people are not paying because services are not in place, and the services are not in place because people are not paying.
Yeah, it becomes like a replica. On that note, so there's also been vision of a town with facilities like, you know, sports facilities, roads, pavements, car parkings and things like that. And some people have got them, some haven't. So some who have not yet gotten what they were promised also feel like, you know, it has to be a you know, a give and take kind of thing. What do we tell them? Like, what should they expect from us? Yeah.
What we have to tell them is, as long as there is an amount of lower than, so let's say 1,000 people, 700 people living in town, the town operations fees are not sufficient yet to bring in immediately all these services. They will all be in place, and whatever is paid as ATM at the moment is covering for all the services we are getting at the moment. I ask you to not forget that we are receiving proper security services. We are having a beautiful landscape. We are having a growing volume and amount of streets in place. I know that is not yet enough. I know we have to be faster. But the solution is not to not pay the ATM. The solution is to do it for the community and to make sure we can smoothly increase the services. And as you mentioned, the facilities, yes, a community pool is already in construction. The coffee house is coming. The sports facilities are coming. All these things are coming into place. We should not forget this is really a big town development where things are not there immediately but are coming step by step. But I would ask everyone really to value what is there, which is a secure, clean, safe town with a lot of options already that we are supporting to the fullest.
Okay. So in my going around places, I've noticed some of the estates like this have include the utilities in the town operations fee, like power and water. Will this ever be the case for Fumba Town, or is it out of range for us?
We thought about this a lot because we also know we saw this in other estates as well. But the term estate that you are using is already giving the answer. An estate is a quite homogeneous project where people with the same intention, the same income level, the same purpose are living. In Fumba Town, what makes it so beautiful is the diversity. We are having people with very, very different approaches to invest in Fumba Town. We have people who are living here all the time. We have people who are renting out to families or to tenants where the owners have no control about their consumption. We have other homeowners who are coming just tentatively a few weeks or months during the year. We have all different kind of approaches here. And until today, we would not see a fair approach of including the utilities into the ATMs, because imagine you are a person coming only, let's say, 2 months, 3 months a year, compared to someone who is renting out to a family for children, you know, heavy usage of water and electricity, and we have to find a way to charge you both. It wouldn't be fair. We are too diverse. So far, we don't have an approach whereby we can say that's a fair approach to everyone. Everyone would agree.
Yeah, it's the same as one of the complaints is that a person has a big house but few people living in it, and a person has a small house. So people sometimes were asking if they could pay according to the number of people living in the house, which also does not make sense.
That's another very interesting question, which again I understand from the person being, let's say you are a couple, and you bought a Bustani. Yeah, of course you would like to be charged per person. I can understand, because the Bustanis are beautifully big, and for some reason you could afford to buy yourself a lot of living space around one person. Yeah. What I would like to answer is, we put a lot of thought when we discussed and decided about what are we basing the ATM on. And we feel in terms of a community-based approach, per square meter is the most fair approach you can take, also compared to global standards. Imagine, let's say, or let's agree on one fact, that high income level people can afford to purchase a lot of square meters around them. Yes. People on budget, of course, they have to buy into compact units, which Fumba has a lot to offer. How fair would it be to charge the family in a 60 square meter unit who lives there with 2 children, 4 people, paying more ATM than a person a couple, I put it to the extreme, living in a 5-bedroom Bustani, paying half of it. It wouldn't be fair from a community perspective, I would say. And I think the people who are having or are coming with a higher income level and can afford the more luxury buildings in Fumba town, they are required to also contribute to the community. And this is how I think it should be.
I think it is fair. Yeah, well, okay, now a lot of things make sense. So just to wind up this very interesting conversation, would you like to give us the reality of why you're charging us the amount that you're charging us, or just give us a picture, a clear view, so that we can at least understand from your point of view, like why this is the way it is.
I like the way you asked this question, why are we paying this? Because there's a very, very straightforward answer to that. We are paying the ATM in order to protect the value of our assets. We are paying ATM to make sure that whatever you invested in maintains the value and even increases the value. If we would not pay ATM, if there wouldn't be a formalized management of common spaces, then the value of your property within no time would go down the drain. It's extremely important, and this is how I would like people to see the ATM. It's to protect your value, and this is why the ATM is so strongly protected in the PSA. In the PSA, if you look into the regarded clauses, which is under 1.5 and 3, and we all know these documents, it gives the developer or the OA actually the right to forfeit a property if ATM is not paid. And I remember several discussions with homeowners in Oman, everywhere in the world, where they came and they complained on how strong this clause is. And every time when we came to discussion and we got the chance to explain it, then it was fully understood and supported. Because it's the homeowners should not see it as a law that pushes them. They should see it as a law that protects them. Imagine you invested $250,000, whatever. It's a lot for people, and then the places around start to erode and start to not being taken care of. And this is when your value, your asset, your investment is threatened. And we can't allow this. And this is why this clause is so important. And I would like to really emphasize, we have to enforce this payment. And I made also a decision, and I think it's helping everyone, also the homeowners who have questions and concerns about the ATM. The town operations company is responsible to manage and collect this fee and to spend the funds responsibly. And I know they do. I know you do.
We do.
And collecting this money and reminding about this money, this is your task, this is your job.
Yeah.
Once it comes to discussions and again delays and delays and delays, I would like you to take you out of this these discussions and these things and give this to an independent outside third party legal entity.
Okay.
And then this person can decide if this money is to be paid or if there's a valid reason to not. But if, then we will enforce. And I'm sure there is. And I'm looking forward actually to receive the funds that are due to be paid, because with this money, I guarantee we really spend it the right way and people will see the difference.
Well, spoken like a true town manager. Thank you so much. So everybody, that was Katrine, town manager. So when we start calling you or texting you or emailing you for these fees, please bear with us, because we only have the best intentions and we want our town to grow and become as beautiful or more beautiful than it normally is, like right now. Thank you so much. And Katrine, thank you for your time. Thank you for the juice.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To our health, huh?
Yes, to our health.
Thank you.